Shalom. As we stand as a people at the foot of Har Sinai, I want to talk a little bit about what we received there. A lot in history has been talked about the 10 Commandments. And actually, it's 10 utterances. And actually, 10 is kind of arbitrary. You can break them up in any way you want to. And it could be a whole lot. It could be one. It could be whatever you want it to be. But for the sake of labeling and actually getting through it, we say the 10 utterances. Now, this is a video primarily for the parents so that you can have a little bit of a different perspective on them. And please feel free to disseminate this information in the way that you wish to your kids, to your family, discuss it around the Shabbat table. Pick one of the utterances per week and just kick it around, as it were. Play with it. As we say, we take something from the Torah and we play with it. We turn it over and over. As you would see a young child, a baby, discovering something for the first time. What we do is what a baby would do is that they would look at it, they touch it to their face, they play with it, they would even put it in their mouth, see how it tastes. So do that with Torah, do that with text. Okay, let's go through this, okay? God spoke all these words saying, I am Adonai your God, who brought you from the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage. I'm God. That's what God said. I'm God. I am the source of all being, of everything. You are all related. Not only all people related, you've not only all come from the same source, but everything in creation. Bits that are you, the thing that makes you, makes that star up in the night sky that's billions of years away, billions of light years away. Everything is a connectedness. We are but one family. Creation is one. And that should inform how we not only treat each other, but how we treat the environment. You are not to have any other God but me. Well, a little possessive. But what that means is the relationships that we have with all of creation, the relationships we have with each other, with God. Don't put something artificial in front of it. Don't make idols. And if you think we don't have idols, and I don't mean my son and the rest of the kiddies, stuff like phones. You want a Shabbat moment for your kids this weekend? Have the phone ring with you talking to them? And don't answer the phone. Continue talking to your kids. The piece of creation, the slice of creation that is in front of you right now, that relationship, that is your priority. Have no other gods but that relationship. Don't make any carved images. Don't create things that are going to be bigger and more important than what you know to be important to you, the relationship and the people in front of you. Don't bow down to them. Don't sell your soul, your neshama, to them. Spend time with the people you care about, with the people you love. Discover nature. Do not take the name of the Almighty, of Adonai, in vain. In other words, do not use the name of the source of all being as a weapon against others. Do not damn other people in the name of the Almighty. Do not use religion. Do not use Torah to belittle and to take the humanity away from someone else. The name of God is very powerful and should be used with respect. Be respectful of Shabbat. Find an island of time. Not an island, physical island, but an island of time where you are not living in the past and you are not living in the future. You're not worried about guilt about the past and you're not worried about tomorrow's bills. But you're there, you're present. That you take care of your soul, your neshama, the thing that is you, that really makes you you, and what makes other people them. Not the superficial stuff. You got 6 days a week to do that. Find one day that is a gift, that you can replenish the juices that make you truly human and give you that special bond to the source of all being. Honor. It's going to be a tricky one. Hang on to your hats, parents. Honor your mother and father. But like everything else in Judaism, it's reciprocal. First, how do you honor someone? You live your life somewhat as a carrying on an extension of theirs. You honor. If your parents are honorable people, if they're honest people, you be honest. You live with dignity and give other people dignity. And therein lies the reciprocal nature of it. As a parent, I need to ask myself, how can I live a life worth honoring? Lots of parents go, it's right there. It's in the Torah. You kiddies are supposed to honor us. We as parents should conduct ourselves and live our lives in such a way that our lives are an example of what should be honored. Get that right, parents. Do not take a life without reason. Do not murder. Killing happens. It is a tragedy. It is always a tragedy. Do not romanticize it. But never, ever murder. Find options if you can. But do not murder, and do not murder in those others what makes them human. Hold their dignity dear. Do not kill what makes them truly human. Do not do that. Now here's one. Do not be an adulterer. What does that mean? You know what? If you just think that's sex, well, that's very limited. It means do not betray a trust. And certainly there are sexual elements to that. But do not lie and be dishonest with people who trust you. For that is very, very precious, that trust. And it can take a lifetime to build. And the ramifications of breaking a trust or betrayal are far-reaching and very, very difficult to heal. Do not steal. Do not steal money. Do not steal property. Do not steal an oxen. Do not steal the dignity of others. Do not steal the happiness of others, the pride of others, the humanity of others. When you are not to steal, it is not only something that is a material thing. Our most precious things that we have within us are not material things. They are things like dignity and honesty and faith and our humanity and vulnerability and openness. Do not steal and abuse those things in others. Do not lie. Be honest. Do not lie in public about other people because you are playing with other people's lives. Do not do lashon hara. Do not speak falsely about others because it does indeed ruin their lives and almost impossible to undo. Now, the last one, many think that's a mitzvah as well, but I don't. It's the one about coveting some stuff of your neighbor's, desiring what is your neighbor's, wanting it. Look at that car, I want that car. Look at that spouse, I want that spouse. I want everything of the other person. I want everything. I don't think it's a mitzvah because it's not actually doing. It's don't feel that. I believe this last little bit is a promise. That if you do all the other stuff, if you hold it dear to you that there is one source to all being, if you do not create things that are bigger than what is life, if you do not create things that you bow down to instead of connecting with people next to you, if you do not, if you treat Shabbat with as a gift that's sacred, if you do not steal, if you do not murder, if you do not lie, if you are honest, if you hold dear the trust that friends and family have in you and do not betray that. If you do all of those things, most of the time, you will not desire what is someone else's. You will be content and happy and satisfied with what is already yours. And in that way you will find true shalom, true peace, true wholeness. Go and teach this to your children, not only in words, but in deeds. Because the most important thing that you can give your children are not taught, they're caught. They will see it in the way that you walk, in the way that you talk, in the way that you shake that groove thing. And yes, it could lead to dancing. So with a special Shabbat Shalom to everyone, may there be peace, and may there be peace in Israel, and lots of prayers to them. Be well.